Well, we were happy to come out of the game with a win. I thought definitely certain segments played very well, and others not where we would like, but that's all part of it. Got to work through it, and we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we're looking forward to getting at it. And, this week we've got a great opponent. This is a very good football team. They match up very well against us. Really, their defense is outstanding. They held us to our lowest output last year. And we didn't turn the ball over last year, and they still held us to 14 points. So, they're very good up front. They're big. They're athletic in the linebacker position. They're very good in the secondary. So a lot of challenges for us. We've got to find a way to come ready and find a way to score points. And then I think defensively we were able to play very, very well again last year. Got 2 turnovers in the red zone as they were going to score, won the turnover battle, and really that's what won us the game. So we've the opportunity to have an SEC opponent come into our stadium. We're excited about that. We think our fans are. We've got to come ready to play. It'll be a tough challenge, but it's something we're looking forward to. Just tentatively, he's going to be out for an extended period of time. I don't know the timetable yet, but he'll be out. Yeah, we've got a couple different things that we're looking at, but that's what we did once Forrest went down. But I think we'll probably play a few more guys as well and put them in there. Yes. Well, he's been the rock of our team. He up to this point, he was very durable. Unfortunately, he kind of wasn't anything he did. He had his guy blocked, and it's the one sack we took, and everybody fell on his back leg and rolled up on him. So I hate it for him because he's been very healthy. He works hard. He's in great shape, and it'll hurt our football team not having his leadership and his expertise out there on the field. But he'll bounce back. I don't think it's anything that will require surgery, from what I've found out, but it will knock him out for a while. Well, we've got a lot of guys learning on the job, and sometimes that happens. So we've got to be good enough to overcome that. We've got to get our guys mentally and physically ready for that challenge. I think this game will present us numerous challenges, but regardless of who's in there, we expect them to perform, and we've got to work extremely hard this week at getting those guys ready to play and being ready for the challenge. You know what? I thought we made strides. I'd like to be better than what we were. But that's where we're at right now. So, we've got to find maybe a few more creative ways to run the football. We ran the receiver a few times the last game. We've got to do a few different things to get the rushing attack going and take some of the pressure off our quarterback, and that's going to be important. But we did make strides, but this team will present a lot of problems in the running game, so we'll have to be creative and find ways to get something going and create some rushing yards. Well, he was in there a lot the last game, so I would expect him to be in there quite a bit. And ball security is something we got to work on. The ball hit the ground way too much this past game, and it's something, as a young guy, it is difficult to stress, but we've got to work hard at it. We got to make sure we don't turn it over. Well, they look the part. They're big up front and they're athletic. I don't think one defensive lineman's under 6'4", and they've got good size, and they come off the ball and they create problems. I think their linebackers are big and they can run. And I know, reading up on them, their linebacker crew is rated one of the best in the country, and they show it on film. They can run and tackle. They swarm to the ball. In their secondary, they've got good size, and they're coached very well. And they understand their scheme, and it's tough to create a lot of big plays. You've got to do some unorthodox things. You've got to create some confusion, but they're very sound, and they play against good opponents every year, so they understand their scheme and how to be productive. So it's going to be a very tough challenge for us. Well, I think it'll be a great atmosphere. I think our fans will be excited about this opportunity. I think anytime you can bring in an opponent of this caliber from this conference, you've got to come ready to play and put on a good display. And I'm hopeful that our players will be eagerly looking for this opportunity, and we need to go out there and to make the most of it. Well, that's been one position that we've struggled at, and I think they're trying hard. They're giving you everything they have. In the run game, we're not near as good, and we're going to have to be creative with that. We can't do some of the things we did last year. Our tight end on the line of scrimmage blocking is not nearly as effective as our guys were last year. So we've got to find things that they do well, and also get them maybe a little more involved in the passing game. But that's been a challenge, and we're going into the season with no guys guys that had no catches, and so we can't ask them to do maybe more than they're ready for. But we need more productivity there, and we've got to find a way to get that done. Well, I think our defensive staff has done a great job. We've got quite a few guys on that side of the ball. We're able to rotate guys in. There's not a huge drop-off when we do that, so we're not scared to do that. Our players understand that. Some of our first-team guys at certain positions, like Omar Bryan and Chris Johnson and T.J. McCollum, Overstreet, Nick Dawson, those guys look the part, and they've done a very good job. And then we've got backups behind them that aren't that far off. Our secondary at times has played very well, and I think we have backups behind them we rotate in that do a good job. So I think the fact that we're able to play so many guys all feel part of the defense. They all know that every game they're going to get in there and play has really helped. But I feel good about our talent I have on that side of the ball. I think we've executed well. We kept them on the field a little too long. They got wore down at the end of the fourth quarter, but until then they played extremely well. And I feel the same about our special teams. I think Coach Levine has been creative with that side of that segment of the football team. I think we've got good returners in Kylan Tyler and Nakari's Fant. We've got guys that are athletic on the special teams that take pride in it, and we've done a very good job. And they put us in great field position. They got a score for us this last game. Really, the first three games they've played at a very high level, and they're going to have to continue to do that.